Gotta get our new car.
No, they ain't heard nothing about that.
All right, hey guys. It didn't give me options like it normally does, so I was expecting to have another button to press. Well, hey everybody, welcome to our group-wide training for August. We are starting a brand new catalog. We have a brand new incentive, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Before we dive in, because I know we do have some newer consultants on here, I'm just going to do brief intro of me. I'll let Jamie and Leah, the other, and Hope, if she's able to get on, just do a little brief intro so that everybody knows who everybody is, and then I'm going to go right into the presentation. So I am Kim. I am your Superstar Director. I may or may not also be your sponsor and or director, but I am also your Superstar Director. And I have on here Jamie and Leah and Hope are three of our other directors. And I am trying to do that, Jamie. Okay, so Leah or Jamie's already unmuted. So I'm gonna let Jamie go, just do a little quick intro. Hi, I'm Jamie.
Hi, so I'm Jamie. I am director of Scented Brick Bosses. So yeah, I live in Marshall and I've been in Scentsy since August of 2016, if you don't know me. So it's almost my 6-year Scentiversary.
All right, Leah, I will let you go next.
Okay, people are messaging me like, I'm coming in now. That's not my text to tell everybody to come in. My name is Leah, and I am the director of just a bunch of Scentaholics, but I totally Hollywood abbreviate it to Javos. What else was I supposed to say? What I'm excited about?
Whatever you want to say.
I'm excited. I'm not having a good hair day, but I'm excited about learning more about this incentive because Kim and I actually, look, I have all this sitting right in front of me. Kim and I just got back from going on our Alaskan cruise. This is like the little pins that they give you for every incentive you go on, which I didn't know this until this past cruise. But the little collector's pieces, like apparently they give it to you for every incentive you earn. But we had a lot of fun, and it's, I think the best part, so this is my second oh my God, my mind just went blank, incentive that I earned. And the best part that I loved most about Alaska was it was more intimate, I felt like, because we were on the boat. So we got to meet new people. I got to meet Kim's roommate for boot camp. And she is a trip. Did you watch her thing about the fish?
No, I didn't.
I was laughing in my bed watching it, and I just had to be quiet because I thought I was going to wake up Mark because I was laughing so hard at her. Anyway, you get to meet a lot of nice people, a lot of fun people. And I think I'm super excited that Kim is doing this for us because I've had a lot of questions from my team around it. And I was just about to launch into something, and then she said she was going to do this. And I thought, yes, this would be a better way for us to all learn together, because I think that's what's important, is just learning. And we're right at the beginning of this incentive, the earn part. So I guess that's, I can't think of anything else right now, but I love to talk, so I'll just talk. Did I say I was in Kentucky? That's where I live.
All right, thank you. And Hope, I know you're on here. Are you, or she was on here?
I'm on here.
Okay. Hi. Oh, and I see your face too. All right, let me go up here and spotlight you so everybody can see you. All right, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Hope, if y'all don't know. Small town in Michigan called Sherwood. This month, I think on the 18th will be my 2-year Scentiversary. Wickless Excellence is my team. I think I've been director for about a year now, but I don't really have much else to say, but I'm excited for this.
All right, now you
Awesome.
Hi.
All right, so you guys, I am going to, I said I'm your Superstar Director. Let me just tell you, if you don't know where I come from, I'm from Michigan. I've been with Scentsy since 2015. Yes, 2015, so 6.5 years, which still is just like, it doesn't compute. It has it's flown by incredibly fast. But and I am the director of Team Wax Bars and Superstars, who is the larger group that we are all in. And these amazing directors have invited you, and we are going to talk about this incentive trip. I wanted to just say one thing that kind of piggyback off what Leah said about the incentives. You're gonna see or there's two different event type things you've got with Scentsy. You've got your networking events like World Tour and SFR, and then you have the incentive trips, which are obviously more leisure-based, pleasure-based, less working type things. Yes, you still do networking because like I said, you meet a lot of new people. We've met a lot of people that we've talked to on Facebook and things like that, or we've seen at events and we haven't really had a chance to get to know them. So it's definitely a different feel, but it's super fun. It is really, I mean, they treat us so well. We got room drops every single night we were on the cruise, whether it was snacks, we got those yummy, yummy cupcakes. We got binoculars, we got a blanket, we got coffee mugs, we got all kinds of things. And it's not necessarily about the things, but it's just the thoughtfulness that goes into the things that they do gift, because everything fit together. We got the blanket, and then we got the binoculars, which people were going on these excursions, and my husband and I brought binoculars, but the ones that they gave us are like 25 times better. But then you had a blanket where you could sit out on your balcony, and it's cold in Alaska, right? So they gave us that, and then they gave us the binoculars, and then we had the coffee mugs with the hot chocolate in it the night before we went into the glacier so that we could sit on our balcony in the morning and do that. So everything is just very thought out. And the other incentive trips that I've been on have all been the same. So Leah, I saw that you unmuted. What did you want to add?
I was just gonna say they gave us a bar of fudge from Alaska. But I don't know if I told you this story, Kim, but I put it in my carry-on because I don't know, I guess I was thinking it was gonna melt because it was 100 degrees in Kentucky if I put it in the plane. But anyway, I got stopped in security. They had to search all my stuff. And it was because of my bar of fudge. They said it looked like the same size. It was so funny because the guy was like, when I told him, when he showed it to me on the monitor, like the size, I was like, oh, I think that's my fudge. He goes, because what's the stuff they used to make bombs out of?
I don't even know. Not fudge.
Yeah, like, but it's like I don't even, Mark knew what it was called, but I was like, it's freaking fudge.
Brittany says C4. See, I wouldn't even know.
C4, yes.
I know nothing
C4,
about any of
thank
that
you.
stuff.
Thank you, Brittany. Yes. If I was C4, I said it's going to be seen in my belly. That's what
You're
it
like,
is.
it's fudge.
Yes. That just made me giggle when you're talking about room drops because I thought about that. I was not expecting that.
So funny. All right, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and dive into talking a little bit more about the incentive and talking about the things that we can each do during the next 6 months to earn this. So regardless of what trip you want to go on, how many points you think you can earn, how many points you want to earn, where you feel your strengths and your weaknesses are, we're going to talk about what it's going to take to earn it. And then, you know, as we go through the next 5, well, we probably won't do group wides in December. I don't know, I might, since we do them at the beginning of the month. Anyway, over the next couple months, we'll check in and see how you guys are doing. We're going to be sharing lots of PRV boosters in the groups and things like that. So there will always be things that we're talking about that will be related to the incentive. But tonight, what I want to do is just do an overview of it and then look at some of these trackers that Scentsy has put together for us, as well as other consultants, so that you can go in there and really formulate a plan now so that you can start earning this incentive. The worst thing that you can do is sit back and relax and feel like everything is just going to fall into place. And then come January 10th, you still want to earn it and you're like way far away because you just didn't put in the effort from day one. It really is something that you have to work on from the very beginning. And that's why I love that we are able to do this right now, as it just started last week. So we're still at the very beginning, and there's plenty of time for everybody to get their plan in place and then start working their plan. That's where the magic is going to be. The magic is going to be in the execution of the plan that you put together for yourself. Okay. So let me share my screen because I do have a presentation. Guys, I don't usually have presentations, so I'm pretty excited about this. As I mentioned before we started recording, I did not create this presentation, but it's fabulous. And so as soon as I find it on my screen, oh geez, I think it's right here. Hold on one second, you guys. Sorry. All right. Now I just have to go back and share. All right, share screen. All right, so can you guys see, Leah, I can see your face. Give me a thumbs up if you can see the, okay, I'm gonna go into full screen so that you guys don't see the 800 tabs that I have open as usual. Okay, so obviously we are talking about the Scentsy 2023 incentive trip, and we have 4 trip, technically 5 options. There's 4 of them listed here. Your first option is always and forever SFR registration. So level 1 of the incentive earning is going to be registration paid for SFR in 2023 in Charlotte. So if you hit that level, that is going to be what you earn. If you hit any level above level 1, if you hit the qualifications for level 2 or level 3, you can still choose that SFR registration. Leah and Hope and Jamie, if you guys can watch the chat, because I have this in full screen, so I can't see any chat right now. But I'll try to, I have Leah is showing up on my thing. So if something pertinent comes up, let me know and I will have you share it. But the 4 locations that we can choose from for the level 2 or level 3 options are your Western Caribbean cruise on the Wonder of the Seas, New York City, Quebec City, and Los Cabos, Mexico. And we've got the dates posted here. So there's a lot of things that you kind of have to think about. Number 1, where would you want to go? Is there a bucket list item there or what have you? But also we've got 4 different date ranges here. So something might be something that you want to do, but the dates don't work for you, or vice versa, right? The dates might work for something that or the dates might work for something that you want, or sometimes it doesn't work out that way. For me, there's 2 of them in there. Well, one of them in there that I know I wouldn't be able to do at all, and that was Quebec City. So I'm kind of sad about that. But I want you guys to share in the chat, and I'm going to use this in a little bit. And I know I asked in the event page, but I want you guys to answer it again. When you earn level 2 or level 3 of, or I'll even just say level 1, when you earn the incentive during this period, what would your choice be for your incentive trip? What would you choose? I don't know. All right, so like I said, those are our options. And I'm going to go ahead and play the video. All right, so in case you hadn't seen the video before, that was the video that they showed during SFR that told us what the 4 options were going to be. So we're going to go through and talk a little bit about the different levels and the points that are required, and then we're going to talk about how we can earn those. So obviously, like I said, your first level to hit is level 1, which is getting that Cincy Family Reunion registration paid for. And you will need 18,000 points in order to do that. And there's no sponsoring points required for this one. So the other 2 levels are going to have a sponsoring component, but this level 1 is not going to require any sponsoring points in order to earn that. Okay, so that's your level 1 option. And like I said before, if you earn level 2 or level 3, you can still choose Cincy Family Reunion. So if none of those other date ranges work for you, or if you're just not interested in traveling elsewhere, then you've always got the level 1 option there for you, regardless of what level you
Oh
earn.
no, she froze. Oh, there you are. You're back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I can't, can you guys, if I pull this chat up, can you see this chat screen? If you don't see it, that's probably a good thing.
No, I
You
can't,
can't see it? Okay, I'm gonna leave it over here because that way I can kind of see if I freeze and you guys don't have to see it there. Okay, all right, so that was level 1, Cincy Family Reunion registration. Level 2 is the trip for 1 to your choice of those destinations. Now, before I actually talk about this, I wanted to give one more disclaimer, because the way that they're going to be awarding or the way that people are going to be choosing their destination is going to be on the number of points earned. So they will start with the person with the most points overall, and they will say, hey, what trip do you want to take? And they will choose their trip. If a location fills up, then it will go down to 3 locations that people will get to choose from, and then 2, and then 1. I don't know how many spots there are. I have no idea if things are going to fill up. It really just depends on what people pick, but just know that you might want to have a backup in mind, because depending on the points that you earn and when it gets to you, your choices may not be all 4. It may be 3 or 2. I see Tara's comment. If you hit level 3 and want SFR, they will pay for everything. I can't remember. It has been like that before, where
sure
they would pay for airfare. Jamie?
I just read, I'm pretty sure it's level 2 or 3. I didn't see that it was specifically level 3, but then it also says, what are your options if I qualify for Cincy incentive trip but can't attend? And you can attend another region, space permitting, or it says Cincy Family Reunion 2023 includes registration, travel, and lodging for you and up to 1 guest, depending on level earned, plus the spending allowance. The amount of spending allowance will be determined for each event at the end of the qualification period.
Okay, so yeah, then Tara, you are right. They will pay. So level 1 is just registration. Level 2 would be registration plus airfare for 1 and lodging for 1. And then level 3 would be registration for you. I don't think they would pay 2 registrations. I don't know. Maybe they would. And then airfare and lodging as well. And that I had hit that level when in Kansas City, and so I earned for 2, and my husband came with me, but he didn't go to the conference. But our airfare was paid for and our lodging as well. So yes, they will pay for that stuff if you hit the higher level and still choose SFR. And like Jamie said too, there is usually the opportunity to opt in, buy into another region's incentive locations as well. I know that region 3's is Fiji, which I would die to go to Fiji. But there is additional cost. You're not going to be able to go to Fiji for the same price that you would be able to go to New York for. There would be a buy-in cost for that, and it would be space permitting too. But yeah, there are still some other options if those dates or those locations don't work for you, or SFR. Okay, Jamie's pointing out that info is in the FAQs. All right, so level 2 is the trip for 1 to one of those locations, and the requirements for that is 25,000 points overall, and 1,250 of those, 1,250 of those need to be sponsoring points. So category points received in the categories that they consider sponsoring. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. Level 3 is a trip for 2. So it is one of those locations. You need 45,000 points, and 2,500 of those points must be in the sponsoring categories. Okay. So I'm just looking over here at my other slide so I can see what's next. All right. So how to qualify. Consultants can earn incentive trip points. Oops. Sorry about that. From 12:01 a.m. August 1st to 11:59 on January 31st, 2023. Required sponsoring points will be finalized when commissions are run in February and are subject to change until that time. And also, I'm going to insert here, I don't know if, I can't remember if it's pointed out later, but there are points that are going to be awarded for attending World Tour. And we don't know dates of World Tour yet, but last year, some of them went into February. So I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but we did talk about this on one of our Superstar Director calls, and they did say that they have a plan. So it may be that there would be placeholders put in if you register, and then during the audit process, it will be, you know, audited to see if you actually physically attended the event and you would keep your points, or if you didn't attend, then you would lose those points. So I expect that there'll be more information forthcoming on that, but just know that they do have a plan in place, because if those World Tour locations are after the January 31st cutoff, it will still count. If you go, you'll still get those points. Okay. All right. Next, let's talk about what we are going to get points for and how we can earn them. So obviously the first one is pretty self-explanatory. It is PRV points. You get 1 point for every 1 PRV. Okay, so if you sell 500 PRV, you have 500 points. If you sell 2,000 PRV, you have 2,000 points. Pretty straightforward. I will say that every single person should be shooting for no less than 1,000 PRV every single month during this period. And we're going to talk about why in just a couple minutes when we get to that section. But I say it all the time. Obviously, I tell people to shoot for 2,000 PRV because that's where you get that 5% bonus in your commission check every month anyways. But if you're someone who isn't quite there yet, that's okay. However, during this incentive period, it's going to be time to stretch. These incentives this is attainable by anybody. The points and the point structure that we have set up for this one is very, very earnable and attainable by everybody, but you do have to stretch. It is going to take work. You are not going to earn this incentive by just doing the things that you do every day right now that are easy. You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone and you're going to have to do more. And that's why they're set up this way. If it was easy, everyone would earn it and it wouldn't be special. Okay. So make a note that even if you're not somebody who hits 1,000 PRV, that is something that you need to be shooting for a couple of reasons. Okay. So that is the first criteria, or the first way to earn points is straight through PRV. It's 100% in your control. There's lots of ways that you can do it. We're going to be sharing lots of different PRV boosting ideas. We have LTOs coming. We have whiff boxes. We have harvest collection. We have holiday collection. There's tons of stuff that we're going to have at our fingertips to get sales. And that's where these points are going to come from. Okay. So that's the first criteria. Second is PRV consistency. And this is why I said that we want to be shooting for 1,000 PRV every single month, because if you hit 1,000 PRV in 5 out of the 6 months in the earning period, you're getting 2,500 bonus points. So it doesn't have to be consecutive months. We've got 6. They want you to hit 1,000 in 5 of them. Okay. It doesn't have to be 5 in a row, just 5 of the 6. However, August, September, October, November are going to be easier months to earn that PRV, because that's when a lot of shopping is going to be happening for the holidays. Whatever you can do to get your 1,000 PRV or more in those first 4 months is going to be crucial, because December sometimes will fall off after Christmas cutoff. And then January sometimes for people can be a little bit slower because it's right after the holidays. So front loading all of these points, or as many of these points as you possibly can, is crucial. And you want to be shooting for that 1,000, because that 2,500 points is a big deal. And that can make or break, right, whether you earn a certain level or not. And it's a great bonus for being consistent and pushing every single month. Okay. All right. So next up is the World Tour attendance. So again, if you attend World Tour in-person event in your area, you will receive 500 points towards the incentive. So we will learn more about World Tour locations and dates probably in November, and you will be able to choose a location that's close to you and register for that. It is a one-day training. If you're not familiar with World Tour, it's kind of like the mini version of SFR. I always say it's like the bridal shower, and SFR is like the big wedding, because it is very much like SFR, but on a much smaller scale. And it's only one day, but you get an opportunity to learn from different consultants, see new products, see home office people. You get to learn from them as well. There's different training topics and things like that. It's well worth the investment, which is usually not incredibly much. I want to say in the past, it's been like $80 something ish, somewhere around there. And it is a tax write-off. So it's another thing that you can write off on your as a business expense, but you're also going to get points for it. Yes. And Jamie doesn't want it to be during her Disney vacation, which I completely understand, because we want her to get those 500 points. But maybe if it is in Michigan during that period, then we're going to find you one close to Orlando and you're going to go. So that is the 500 points. And like I was saying before, yes, there's a possibility that that World Tour dates could be in February, and this earning period ends at the end of January, but just rest assured that home office has a plan. They have it set up. So when we say that the incentive earning period ends on January 31st, there is a whole bunch of work behind the scenes that happens after that cutoff date. There is a lot of auditing that is done to make sure that everybody is earning this honestly and fairly. And so it's during that process that they would be able to go through and find out if you attended World Tour in person, and they would be able to award those points to you, however they're going to do it. Okay. So they've never done this before, at least in the 6 years that I've been around. So this is kind of fun, because I do like the idea of incentivizing attending events, because they really can be game changing for your business. And I think that giving incentive points like this for that is really going to prompt people to go when maybe they just, didn't think it was important. So I'm excited about that. All right. So next up, we're going to talk about personal promotion points. So what this is bonus points that you can earn for promoting yourself, promoting to the different levels throughout the incentive period. Okay. So if you're currently an essential consultant, if you're a brand new consultant and you do not yet have 1,000 PRV, if you promote to certified, which means you hit that 1,000 PRV, you're going to get bonus points. You're going to get 1,000 points. Okay. Awesome, right? Because bonus points are great. If you promote to lead, if you promote to star, superstar consultant, director, star director, superstar director, I'm not going to read it. It's right in the screen in front of you. But if you promote to any one of those levels during the incentive period, you will earn those points. And if you promote multiple times, you get all those points. So if you're essential right now and you promote up to star in the next 6 months, you're getting all of those points. I don't even know how many that is. 2,000, 4,500 points. Okay. Leah joined in May. She crossed over incentive periods, but she joined in May and promoted to director by September. So had she done all of that in one incentive period, she would have gotten a whole lot of bonus points, right? Because each promotion you're getting those points for. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is that if you hit director and you fall back to superstar consultant because of hitting numbers or not hitting numbers, and then you re-promote to director, you do not get another 5,000 points. You only get these points one time. Okay. Every other title that's here, you can't go back and forth from. So that's not an issue, but it's just to know that you get these points one time, but you can get several levels of them if you promote several levels during the 6-month incentive period, which is highly possible. You guys, we have so much stuff coming. I have no doubt that we're going to have lots of multi-promotions. People sometimes will double promote in a month. It can be amazing. Fall is really amazing with Scentsy, and it's so fun to watch people grow during this time, and especially when there's points to be earned and people just get really excited. Okay, so that's personal promotion points. Next one is activity bonus. So this is bonus points for based on the rank that you get paid at during the incentive. Okay. So they've recently changed this the last 2 years or so. I think they've done it this way. It used to be paid at title points and they changed it to paid at rank, which I love because we don't always get paid at our title. Okay. I'm a superstar director. You guys, I have not been paid at superstar director title in several months. It happens. It happens to everybody. But if I get paid at star director for these 6 months, I'm going to get 1,500 points a month automatically. If I only get paid at director, then I'm going to get 1,000 points. Whatever rank you are paid at for the month is the points that you're going to get. So let me explain that a little bit further because I know that rank versus title sometimes gets confusing for people. So in Sensi, when you promote to a new title. You only promote to that title one time. Okay, so if you're a lead consultant right now and you promote to star, your title is star consultant. If you don't hit the requirements to get paid as a star consultant next month, and you only hit the requirements to get paid at lead consultant, then your rank for that month is lead consultant. You're still a star consultant by title, but your payment based on the compensation plan, your commission is going to be based on the lead consultant percentages because that's the rank that you hit qualifications for. Okay. It sounds way more complicated than it is. And if I had a little chart here, it would be a lot easier, but just know that all of this stuff is on your workstation. So at any given time, you can go in to your dashboard and it will tell you what your current rank is. So that at the end of the month, you can go, okay, I am a certified consultant and I got paid. Well, let's say lead, because you can't do it's, you're not going to get points for certified. If I'm a lead consultant and I hit all the requirements and I got paid at lead consultant, then I'm going to get my 100 points for the month. Okay. If I'm a superstar consultant, but we didn't have the greatest month and I only got paid at star, then I'm still getting 300. Okay. So you'll know which points you're going to be awarded based on what rank you hit. Now, as you can see, and I just mentioned, there are no points here for certified or essential. So those of you who are new and who are still essential or certified consultants, this is another reason that you want to push to promote to lead during this incentive period, because not only will you get your promotion, if you're a essential consultant and you promote to certified, you're going to get 1,000 points. And then if you promote again to lead, you're going to get 1,500 points. Then when you continue to get paid at lead consultant, you're going to get those extra 100 points a month. Okay. There's no activity bonus points for certified. Those don't come into play until you hit lead. So that is something that should push you to hit lead so that you can gain even more points during the incentive period. Okay. All right. So I'm just checking chat really quick to see if I'm missing anything. I don't see anything. Let me double check my thing here. Okay. All right. So next up is, okay, this is where we start talking about sponsoring points. Okay. And there's a couple different areas that you can earn points. These are all considered sponsoring points. And this is points that you will earn for each frontline consultant who you sponsored prior to August 1st, who promotes to certified for the first time during the qualification period. Okay. So if you had anybody on your team as of August 1st who was not yet a certified consultant, so they were still essential, they might have started in July, they might have started 3 years ago, it doesn't matter, as long as they started before August 1st. If they hit certified, if they get their first 1,000 PRV during the incentive period, you're going to get 250 points. They're going to get 1,000 for promoting to certified. You're going to get 250 for helping them do that. Okay. Now, if you have a new consultant that you sponsor, but during the incentive period, so this is brand new consultant from August 1st through January 31st, who promotes to certified consultant during that period, they're going to get 1,000 for promoting to certified. You are going to get 1,000 for helping them do that. Okay. Now there's no grace period at the end of this. If somebody joins on January 31st, they better hit certified that day. Okay. So again, front loading, getting your new teamies in now is crucial. this is the time to start. The sky just got really black. This is the time to start talking to people that might be interested in joining, because we've got 4 pay periods, 4 paychecks that we're going to get before Christmas. Everybody can use extra money for Christmas time. This is the time where they can be getting paid back for their own purchases that they're making for Christmas presents and things like that. And getting new team members as early in the incentive earning period as possible is going to help not only you, but them, more importantly, earn those 1,000 points and even more if they can continue to promote throughout the period. Okay. Because like I said, there's no grace period in this. And January 31st, those people need to be certified. There's no like extra time for them. So obviously the earlier they join in the incentive period, the more time they have to do that. But you get 1,000 points per person that you sponsor, personally sponsor, not someone in your downline, frontline only. So that's someone that you personally sponsor. Jamie, I'm going to ask you to maybe check the FAQs. Reinstatements, I don't think will count. Is that correct? Do you know?
I don't believe so, but I will double check while we're
Okay, I don't
doing this.
think they do. But I just know that that'll be a question that someone will have, and it's probably in the FAQs. It usually is. I just don't remember off the top of my head. So we'll let Jamie check on that. Okay. So yes, and I'm going to go back to Jamie's comment in the chat from a few minutes ago when we were talking about promoting to lead consultant. So if we go back here when we were talking about this is a good reason for you newer consultants to push to hit lead. Another thing, another reason for you to push to hit lead is because on our websites, we have a consultant locator. So if somebody doesn't have a consultant that they use all of the time, they can go to Sensi.com and they can place their order there and they're going to get matched with a consultant. If they search for someone, or if they are in your immediate local area, if they live down the street or whatever, around the corner or close to you, if they search you, or you will come up in the consultant locator based on the closest you are to them, if you are lead or above. So if you're a certified consultant, you're not going to show up on there. You're not going to get the opportunity for those random orders to come in, and those random orders are brand new customers for you. So consultant locator is huge, and it really is a great way to meet new people without doing a lot of work. You just have to do the work to get to lead and be paid at title so that you can show up on that locator and people can start ordering from you. Yep, you do have to be paid at lead in order to show up there. So if you hit lead and then you kind of slack off and you're not hitting your criteria that you have to meet, then you're not going to be showing up on that locator. But it's just another reason for you to want to hit that level. Okay. All right, where did I leave off? Okay, so what this slide is
Kim.
some example. Yes.
Okay, so I found it.
Okay.
So reinstatements do count. So as long as they didn't hit certified before, like they fell off and then they reinstated, if they hit certified when they become back as reinstatements, you will earn the 250 sponsoring points for that.
Okay, perfect. So when we were talking about these points, well, it would be, I guess, would it be 250 regardless? Because I'm just thinking, well, it would have to be, because they couldn't join and go inactive and come back in the period. So
right, it'd be 250, but
yep.
You could earn more points if they obviously promote later to lead and star or whatever. But right. 250 points for reinstatements if they haven't hit certified yet.
Okay, so like Jamie was saying, if you have somebody who reinstates their account, which means they have gone inactive, they are no longer an active consultant, but they decide to reinstate their account, which they can do for free. If they are essential currently and they hit certified during the incentive period, you will get that 250 points. If they promote to another level, you would also get, whatever those promotion points are. And Tara also made a comment in the chat that roll-ups will count too. So roll-ups, for those of you who are new, are if you have someone on your team or any consultant, if they have a team underneath them and they are not active for 4 months, they will lose their downline. Their downline will roll up to that person's sponsor. So let's just say Tara, I don't know, fell off the face of the earth and didn't get active for 4 months, which would never happen. But since she mentioned it, I'm going to use her for the example. if she didn't get active for 4 months, she would lose her downline, which means everybody that had signed up for under her would roll up to me because I'm her sponsor, and she would now have nobody underneath her. It's really important in this business to make sure that you are caring for your team and you are serving your team and you are doing your own work at the same time. We're not here to just sit back and let the teams do all the work, which is what a lot of people think happens in these businesses. And I know that there are some that may be how it works, but at Scentsy, that's not how it works. We have a certain level, certain standard that we as leaders have to uphold in order to get paid on our teams. And so if a leader is not doing that, their team members will roll up to the sponsor above them and they will have to start over. It stinks for that person, but their team members deserve a leader who's going to continue to work, and that leader needs to be doing the job of a leader and making sure that they're hitting all of that criteria. So in this instance, if Tara didn't do her job and she fell off and her people rolled up to me and they started hitting certified, I would be getting those points. Okay. All right, so let me go back to where we were. All right, so this slide here is some examples. Okay, this is kind of like examples of plans that you could put in place depending on where you might be in your business right now and what you want to hit during the incentive period. Okay, I'm not going to go through every single line, but you can see that there's 4 examples. And you've got one, if you are a certified consultant, you can see the PRV that they have listed over the next 6 months. They get the PRV consistency because they were over 1,000 on all of those months. They had 4 new consultants hit certified. They had someone promote to lead. They had someone promote to star. They themselves promoted to lead and then to star. They were paid at lead rank for 3 months and they were paid at star rank for 3 months. And so their total points would be whatever that says at the bottom. It's cut off 25,200. Okay. So that's kind of just a little calculation. And then you've got 3 others. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. All of this is right on Workstation. So you guys can go check this out if you haven't already. It's all there for you. Okay. But this just gives you kind of an idea based on some different scenarios. It's not all about being one consultant and doing more than the other. It's these are different scenarios based on where you might be starting from right now. Okay. Same thing here. One thing that I will say is that the opportunity to earn points, it actually gets a little bit more difficult the higher up you go in Scentsy. It is a lot easier numbers wise, statistics wise, for essential certified lead consultants to earn these incentives because there's more opportunity for points. There's a 10,000, is it 10,000 for hitting director? I can't remember.
It's 5,000 for hitting
5,000.
director.
So it's 5,000 points for hitting director. I can't get any more promotion points. There's no more to be had. And so it's like, I have to kind of think about how I can make those up in other areas.
You can
Now,
give
I'm
them
not
to
saying
me.
that, I mean, what's that, Leah?
You can give them to me.
It's one of those things where, a lot of times people have this, this idea that, well, only the superstar directors earn these trips, or only the star directors or director or above earn these trips because they have a bigger customer base and they have this, that, and the other thing. But honestly, the higher up you go, the less opportunity you have to earn points. So you really have to maximize the areas that you can earn points in. But I have no opportunity for promotion points anymore. So I have to think about, gosh, if I was a lead and I promoted to director, that's like 10,000 points. I can't get any of those anymore. So I have to make up for that in other areas, in PRV and sponsoring and all of that stuff, to get the same amount of points that maybe somebody else needs to at a different level. Okay. So that's why I think these different scenarios that they lay out are really neat to see, because you can really see that there is a plan. There is a way that regardless of what your level is, you could absolutely earn this trip. Okay. So you can check out these scenarios on your workstation, very easy. So now we're going to talk about making a plan, and I am going to click this. Oh, that's so cool. So I'm going to show this to you guys on here. Hopefully you can see it. I did not create this, but I do have a link to it. So I will share the link after we're done. This is one of a handful of electronic trackers that consultants have created. You guys, we have like some pretty techie consultant people in Scentsy who create these awesome spreadsheets with macros and formulas and all kinds of goodness in it. And it makes it really easy for us to just go in and plug in numbers and really be able to track where we are. So before I talk about this one, I want to show you guys, let me stop sharing for just a second. And all right, I'm just going to spotlight myself because I want to show you guys a couple of these printable ones before we go into it. It was not Kimberly, actually, Jamie. I'm shocked. But the two, I think that there's either 2 or 3 that I saved and none of them were hers, which is shocking. But there is a printable. Oh, look at, I have to unblur my background. Can you see this? Hang on, I gotta unblur. Oh, geez. There we go. Okay. All right, so this printable tracker is right on Workstation. If you click on incentives and then you go to track your progress or track my progress, whatever it says, there is a printable tracker that you can print. Okay, so that one is right there for you. It's not quite as detailed as some of the others, but if you don't need all of that detail, if you just want to see where your points are, this is something that would be perfect. Okay, so you can do that. It's got little bubbles with thousands in it and all kinds of stuff that will help you track your way to earning the incentive. Okay, there is another one that I found that has a lot of stuff on it. It's 2 pages and it has lots of graphics. So if you like things like that, I do have this one in the Google Drive already, but I'll link it again. But this one has little smiley faces. These are existing consultants, and if they got active, if they promoted to certified, lead star, superstar, director, new people that did the same thing. You've got a spot down here for your PRV consistency. As you hit your 1,000, you can fill in the circles. Paid at rank circles down here, promotion, and then on the second page is just tracking your points. So for every 1,000 points, you could X off one of these and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is another one that somebody created. And then we have this one, which is very basic looking, but this is typically the one that I use when I'm trying to write things out and see where I'm at. It has all of the categories, tells you what's required up here. It has your months, and then across the top, it's got all of those different areas, those different categories you can earn points in. This is what you projected. Yeah, I think so. This is this top part would be like what you project to hit. And then this would be your actuals down here at the bottom so that you could see if you were on track. Okay, so those are just a couple printable ones that if you want to sit down and kind of start writing things out and playing around with it, you can do that. I'm going to go back to sharing because I want to talk about the one that is in this actual slide deck. So she has at the top, she's got the criteria, everything that you need to hit so that you've got that reference. She has a monthly sales section where you're going to go in and you're going to put in this middle column what you expect your PRV to be. So you might put 1,000 in every month or 2,000 or whatever your own personal goal is, that's going to help you earn. Okay, so you're going to put that in the planned column, and then you've got PRV consistency, your world tour attendance. If you plan on going, stick your 500 in there. Promotions goes all the way through the whole thing. Down at the bottom, it's cut off here, but like I said, I'll share the link so you can go in and play with this. But down at the bottom, it's got the sponsoring points where you can go in and kind of guesstimate what you plan on being able to do during this period. And I find that that is the place where you kind of got to get creative and you have to really believe in yourself, because although there aren't a lot of sponsoring points required in this incentive, it's surprisingly low. It's surprisingly low. I don't remember exactly what we needed for the Disney one, but it was like 16,000 or something like that in sponsoring points. It was a lot for the higher levels. There were more levels for Disney, but the sponsoring points were a lot more. There is not a lot of sponsoring that's required in this one, but you really do have to get creative and figure out how you're going to make those things happen, because they're non-negotiable. You have to have them if you want to hit level 2 or level 3. Okay, so you might need to go in there and kind of play around a little bit with your numbers. Up here is another tab of this Google Sheets that she has created. And it has the information up here of your people, what kind of promotions they're getting, where your points are coming from, all that stuff. And I believe she said that if, as you fill in this sheet, it will update over here. I haven't played with that part of it yet. I don't know. It sounded like she had them linked, but I'm not 100% sure. My husband is standing in the driveway making faces at me right now. Okay, so, and now he's shaking his butt. Oh my God, you guys. Okay. All right. So that is one of the trackers that we have at our fingertips that you can use to go in there. And once you plug in all of your estimated points, it's going to give you your numbers up here at the top, and you can see where you're falling. You know, give yourself a first draft, if you will. Plug in what you think it could be, see where you fall. If you're falling short, look closer at the numbers that you put in there and see maybe where you can bump something up. October and November, even September, should have high PRV numbers in there. September, October, November are our highest PRV earning months. You should have more PRV planned in those months than October, December, and January. And that's an area where I think if you're falling short, that's an area that you could bump up in, because typically it's a little bit easier to get more PRV during those months. Okay. All right, what does she have next? So next up is FAQ. I'm not going through there, but I just want to show you guys, when you go to the incentives tab on Workstation, you're going to have all of these tabs at the top. You've got your overview. This is the track your progress tab, which will have that link to the printable tracker. You can also track your frontline points. So if you have a team, you are able to see what points your immediate frontline have. You can't go any deeper than that, but you can look at your frontline and see who's getting close, or who's, you know, as they're going through the incentive period, you can kind of track their progress a little bit. I would highly recommend touching base with people on a regular basis during the incentive earning period, so that you know where they are. If they need help, you're there to support them, and all that. So then you've got how to earn. It's going to go through all the things that we just went through. FAQ, and I can't see what this last one says, but it's all in Workstation. Okay. All right, and then they made this cutesy little thing. I can and I will. You guys need to believe in yourself. We all need to believe in ourselves. We can all do this. Honestly, when I saw these requirements come up, I was, like I said, I was kind of shocked at how few points, especially sponsoring points, were required in this one. And I just feel like it's a morale booster, because I think sometimes, especially newer consultants who maybe aren't as confident yet, they see these requirements for incentive trips and they just automatically think this is too much for me. But you guys, it's not. It's not. If you put the work in and if you create a plan that is realistic and you execute your plan and you work hard every single day, you can earn this trip. Okay, anybody can do it. The last couple slides are just little graphics that they had put together, the person who put this together, that you could utilize if you have a vision board or a dream board, or if you want to share with your family and friends what you're working for this fall season. So I can share these with you guys if anybody wants them, but it's just got the 4 locations listed on there. So that is the overview and the how you're going to earn it. I wanted you guys to bring a printed tracker. I kind of wanted to walk through them, but it's 8:55. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is, if you, gosh, I'm all blurry again. There we go. If you're not a print it and write it out kind of person, that's fine. If you want to use the electronic ones, that's fine. Oh, I was going to show you guys the other one. Give me one sec. I'm going to show you the other one that I found and have been using. How do I get out of, oh. All right, please hold. I don't know how to get out of here. Oh, down here. Okay. Let me find it. Sorry, guys. All right. This. I'm going to show you. Okay. Let me go back to share. So this other one that I found, and like I said, I can't remember who created these off the top of my head, but I will share that info with you. But these are in our Google Drive already. This one is another one that I found that is electronic, so it calculates things. I've started playing with this one already. So you can see I've started to put numbers in here. Again, everybody's numbers are going to look different, but this is a great way for you to very easily see where you would fall based on what you put in here. So you can see I put in higher PRV for September, October, November, because those months I know are going to be easier to get PRV. I put down here, I'm not going to scroll down because I got names and stuff, but I'll go to this one. I'll go back to the blank one. Oh, that's not it. Well, what the heck? Group team. These are all, like I said, in our Google Drive, you guys. So I'm just going to pull it up really quick so you can see a blank one. I think this is the right one. Nope. This one. There it is. Okay, so this is a blank one of the one I was just showing you. So again, you're going to go in and plug in your estimated, you know, whatever, not 50,000, but you know what I mean. And plug in all your numbers. You've got consistency bonus over here, world tour, your recruiting and sponsoring points, frontline promotions, all of that. It's going to calculate your projected points up here. And then you can go over here and say, oh, okay, I'm only at 22,500. I need to make up 2,500 points if I want to hit this, you know, level 1, and you have to make sure that you've got enough sponsoring points. But I like the electronic ones because it adds everything up for you instantly instead of having to do your own math. And it's just a lot easier. But what I would love for you guys to do is, whether it's printing out a tracker, whether it's creating your own, if you want to create your own. I know some people do like bullet journaling where they make their own trackers and things, whatever you want to do. The important thing over the next, honestly, 2 weeks is coming up with a plan that gets you projected more than the number of points that you need. Okay. Always overcompensate, because you never know when something crazy might happen. You guys, somebody might go through and dispute an order that you put in. And if you literally are falling at 45,000 points exactly, and something crazy happens and someone disputes an order and it's like $25, you would be heartbroken to miss something by $25. Okay. So always pad your points. Always, always, always pad your points. You don't have to pad it by like tens of thousands, obviously, but pad it enough to where some little crazy thing that you never thought would happen, if it happens, you still have enough points to compensate for that. Okay. Yes. And like Tara said, in this instance, the way they're doing this one, the more points you have, the better chance you have at choosing the location that you actually want. I mean, none of them are bad, right? It's not like one of them is like, you know, I don't know, Brownstown, Michigan. I'll use my own city because nobody would want to go there. But none of them are bad. But obviously, if you have a top choice, something that you've always wanted to do, you want to get as many points as you possibly can, so you have the best chance at getting to choose that before it fills up. Okay. So over the next couple weeks, sit down, create a plan, work with your sponsor. Okay. Part of your sponsor's responsibilities as a leader is to work with you. They cannot do the work for you. I say it every time. They cannot do the work for you. They cannot make this happen for you, but they can be there with ideas. They can be there with support. We are going to be sharing a lot of ideas that other directors and we have access to, like director pages where people share all kinds of stuff. Even that, how did you work your business page? They always have good ideas in there. Bundles and mystery boxes and all kinds of PRV boosters and things like that. We've got join specials going on. We've got extra warmers and kits this month. We've got the hostess kit. We've got lots and lots of assets at our fingertips that we can utilize during this period. If you need help coming up with a plan, work with your sponsor. Okay. They are there to help you. And if your sponsor needs help helping you, then they can go to their director or they can come to me, whatever it is. But I always recommend you guys to start with your sponsor. Don't come right to me. Not because I don't want to help you, but because that's what your sponsor is there for. They are your leader. And so if you go to them and they're working with you and they're like, gosh, I'm kind of stuck. Let's see if, you know, our director can help or our superstar director can help. That's totally fine. But I never want to step on anyone's toes or take away the opportunity for them to lead you guys and support you guys the way you are what you deserve to get out of them by coming all the way up to me or even to your director before starting with your sponsor. Okay, so that was just something I wanted to put out there. So before we go, because I know it's 9 o'clock and I don't want to run too far over, I do have a giveaway. I'm not sharing with you guys what it is yet, but it is pretty cool. I just figured out what I was going to give away today, but it's going to be very simple. You don't have to do anything. You were here, which this time is going to be enough if you participated. So I am going to ask Leah this time, what is the last digit of your consultant ID number?
Oh my God, let me type it in my phone. Hang on. Isn't that sad? I only have muscle memory. The last digit?
Last digit of your consultant ID.
How about the second to last? Because my last one is 0.
Oh yeah, let's get, of course it is.
What are the odds? 7.
7. Okay. So I'm going to go back up to when you guys answered what you would choose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's Becky. So I don't know which Becky it is, but Becky, if you said the cruise and your name on Zoom is just Becky, I need you to send me I'm going to have you text me just because depending on who you are, you may or may not be Facebook friends with me. So I'm putting my phone number in the chat. Go ahead and text me your name so that I can send you out your prize. Oh, you're going to love it. I'm so excited. Okay, you guys. So, oops. Why did I send that? I didn't mean to send that to Jamie. Hang on. Is it Cropsy? Okay. All right. I got it, Becky. No worries. Sorry, Jamie. You already have my phone number. I didn't realize it was on direct message. That was weird. Okay. Never a dull moment around here. All right, you guys, that's all I've got. Okay. I will share all of the things that I shared in here with you guys, but 95% of that is right on Workstation in the incentive tab. So if you have not gone through and read through all of it and really kind of wrapped your brain around it, go do that. Okay. Know what you have to do. That's the first thing, is you have to know what you have to do to earn this. The second step is going to be plugging in those numbers, making a plan on how you're going to do the things that you need to do. And then the third step is the most important step, and that's actually doing the things you need to do. Okay. And front loading as much as you possibly can is huge, because you don't want to be freaking out and panicking come January because you let 3 or 4 months go by and you didn't work hard during the, I don't want to say easy season, but you guys know, if you've been around, you know that fall is busy. And so fall, September, October, November, you guys, we have the Hocus Pocus stuff. We have more Harry Potter. We have the Cinderella Castle pre-orders that are going to be coming to redemption, among other things, in the next 3 months. There is no lack of opportunity for us to be making a whole lot of sales, having a whole lot of parties and a whole lot of orders, and getting a whole lot of people interested in joining to get those other points. Okay. So make your plan, reach out to your sponsor if you need help. And I want to see how many people we earn this. I can't say we'll all be on the trip together because there's multiple trips. So we might not be on the same trip, but I'm going to be on one. And so I want everybody to be on one, whichever one it is that you want to go on and you choose. But I want everybody to earn it so that they have that choice. Okay. If you guys have any questions about anything we went over, let me know. I will link all of the things that I need to link in the group. After this is over, I look frozen. I'm probably frozen. So no, I'm not frozen. Okay, I'm just frozen on my side. But I will link everything I need to link. Becky, I will get your prize out to you very soon. And that's it, you guys. If anybody has questions, reach out to your sponsor or your director or to me, and we are here for you. And let's go earn these dang trips. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.